Good morning, guys. Are you ready to dig into this monogram letter hanger? I want to apologize. I was not here yesterday. It was Easter on Sunday, and I just didn't make it down the store to get all my stuff. So here we are on a Tuesday, and we are going to move our lives on Tuesdays and Fridays moving forward. I'm moving some things around with scheduling, and with the summer coming on, I figured with busy weekends, it's going to be hard for me to tune in on Mondays, so we're going to move them to Tuesdays and Fridays. So here we go. As I told you last week, Monogram or Unfinished Woods were on sale at Hobby Lobby. If you did not go get your Monogram letter last week, perfectly fine. They will be coming back on sale probably in the next couple weeks. So I went and got a G for Griffith, and they are actually $12.99 and 40% off. So it makes a really inexpensive hanger. And the nice thing about this, they already have the holes on the back. So this will be able to go up on your, what I would say, we can show you two different ways. We can do a little wire, or you can still drill through this and make a wire hanger, or put this on your wall with your family photos and it would be perfect. Or you can get and just put it up on your fireplace if you don't want to hang it, and just lay it up on the front of the mantle or right in front on the side. So either way. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to paint this. And I, of course, you know, I'm going back. Actually, I'm going to paint this one mustard, and we're going to put polka dots in sand gray. Pick whatever colors that you are wanting to set with your decor. And I'm going to use my, I always call this paintbrush on steroids. I will put the connection to my Amazon account, Amazon page, so you can get this ordered. So what I am going to do is I'm going to decorate with whatever ribbon you want. Again, if you don't want ribbon, that is perfectly fine. We're going to paint it. We're going to get some ribbon. And last week we used the lamb's ear that we bought in the bridal department. I like these small ones for things like this, just because of the leaves are a little bit smaller versus the really big lamb's ear picks. These are $1.99, and I did not look to see. I bet bridal stuff is probably on sale this week. I'm going to add a little bit of raffia in mine, and you're going to need scissors, you're going to need twine, you're going to need some of these little needle nosers and wire clippers for these here, glue gun, drying gun if you need to speed it up, and again, whatever ribbon that you want. The girls asked me the other day if we're going to have a ribbon class. So we are going to have a ribbon class. So when we're done here, I'm going to make a ribbon, and then I'm going to make another bow for you guys. And maybe one time we'll just do making bows. If you guys want that, we're just going to make a bunch of bows. Okay. So on this one, you're going to need to paint the sides because it is raw lumber. It's not like what we cut out in our shop that has the black edging. So you for sure want to, you definitely want to paint your sides as you go. And it's really important. The other thing is, don't just, you can, but I would highly recommend not doing this. Oh, look, I wore a yellow shirt to match my yellow paint. Didn't even plan that. I would highly recommend not squirting your paint on your wood. Just because you don't have quality control when you throw your paint directly on your piece of wood. And I am going to tell you guys, moving forward, I am going to, if you guys are asking questions as we're painting, I'm going to get a little iPad, and if it's a question that you really need to have answered right away, I will be able to do that. We're just moving things around, and Mark said once things slow down a little bit, he will help me get that set up. You know, it is like crazy time for my husband because we do live in Nebraska, and the guys are, it's finally springtime, and they are wanting to get in the field. They're getting all their planters ready. So if you guys did not know, my husband works for a company, and it is definitely egg. And they are busy, 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 busy. last night he called me at the store and he goes, so what are you doing later? And I was like, I don't know. He goes, you want to go for a ride? I said, oh, we're going to go for a motorcycle ride? He goes, no, I need to take some parts to a guy. And I was like, oh, I went with him. Thought maybe we're going to go for a motorcycle ride last night. And the other thing, if you want to paint the back of this, you surely can. I will probably not. No one's going to see the back of it, so I'm not going to worry about it. And again, pick whatever accent color that you want to match your decor in your home. And the other thing is too, I'm just going to start winging it. When we're doing things like this, I am not going to pre-make anything. I'm just going to make it. And if I make a mistake on a live video, I make a mistake. Trust me, I've made mistakes even pre-making it. So, I'm human. I do make mistakes. Okay. And do nice long strokes to smooth out your paint. And just do one more coat. So make sure you do 2 coats. And that first coat, just letting you guys know, it'll feel like it is absorbed a lot of paint, and it does. So don't freak out. Again, while you're painting, don't get on your clothes. That's another important thing, because it is acrylic paint. It does not like to come out of clothes. So if you want to get a shirt, a paint shirt, and just, you know, like an oversized flannel shirt, just hang it in your paint room. The other thing we're going to do is tomorrow, I think I'm going to do maybe 9 o'clock. We're going to do a 3-day DIY basic essentials that you need in your craft room with me. So 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, tune in. We are actually going to be not in my paint station here. We're going to go in the back room of my store. And you get to see my messy little area. That's really not that messy. But everything is there. And I always take things, whatever I need here, I always take from there and bring it here. So all my major tools are at my store in my little workstation. So 9 o'clock, the next 3 days, tune in. And if you can't be there live, it's okay. You can watch them later. And we will make those available on YouTube also. So make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. And like I said, we're changing platforms a little bit, trying to make it where it's really easy so everything's in one space. Because once we get it over to YouTube, you will not be able to see it on Facebook anymore. Okay, so we have that little G, not little, it's a pretty good size. And make sure just to take your brush around the edges and make sure you don't have any little dribbles on the side. And there we go. So I'm going to dry this really quick. My nose is a little dribbly today. Allergies. It's taking a little bit longer. Sorry, guys. And this does get really hot, so remember that, because you don't want to burn yourself. The other thing, knowing with this dryer, if you get too close to your project, when your paint is wet, it will actually bubble up and it will not be very pretty. So be really careful on keeping the distance away from your dryer when you are drying your piece of wood. Okay, so I have a little bit of paint left, so I'm going to put that back in here. And the other thing, when you are painting anything, if you've got a chance to put that leftover paint in the jar, but I would say after 15 minutes, if you can't get it into your jar, just dispose of it, because it will have that top of the paint, and it'll get in that jar and it'll get clumpy, and then it's just like snot goobers, and you definitely do not want snot goobers in your paint. It's not fun getting it out, and then you have to take the lid off, and then it's just a mess. Okay, so as you guys know, I love sand gray. It's probably my favorite in my paints because I just like that little accent of a cream color, and it's not white. Okay, so if you guys remember, when you are going to go ahead and dry brush polka dots, and you can make these solid polka dots if you want, just find, you know, a circle of some sort and take a pencil very lightly and draw your circles. But I like airy paint polka dots. And if you know me, I love polka dots. I love polka dots. And the other thing, remember, when you are doing this, keep your brush straight up and down and think very light and airy. I always tell people when you are doing polka dots, kind of think about when you're putting blush on your face or you are dusting grandma's china, and you want to be very, very light. And always, always practice on a piece. If you're not familiar with doing polka dots, dry brushing polka dots, always start on your paper before you go on your piece. I mean, if you make a mistake, it's fine. Just paint over it. If it's a darker color, you're going to take a few more coats. So take your time, and you always want to just go really, really light. And this is another thing that we're going to do. So we're going to talk about tomorrow in our DIY with Sonya. We are going to talk about the essentials you need, the basics that you need in your paint room, your craft room. If you're going to build a craft room, what are the things that you need to go buy? Because you can go into Hobby Lobby and you can be very overwhelmed if you're just starting to craft and you like, do I need this? Do I need this? So I'm going to help you with that, what you just need to get started. And then the next day, we're going to show you how to dry brush, a little up close and personal, and then we're going to make some bows. And then the third day, we're going to do a DIY together. We're going to get you guys a printable, and you're going to be able to print that baby off. And then you're going to have fun. We are going to have fun. The next thing I'm doing, I'm just going over the G just to lighten it up just a little bit. So we're just giving it a scuff mark, just smoothing that little cream color, that sand gray that I like. And the other color I like is deep. It's O-C-H-R-E. Archery. I'm a terrible speller, if I haven't told you guys that before. And I don't pronunciate words very well. So, but I can craft, I can decorate, but I'm not a good speller. And I am okay telling people that. I'm totally okay. Okay, so I'm really liking that. So the other thing you want to remember is wherever you've got a polka dot going off to the side, you're more than welcome to make it a complete polka dot. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this white and I'm just going to scuff the edges so it looks a little bit more complete instead of, you know, because on the top here, we had this all polka dotted and creamed. So you definitely do not want to leave your sides looking like that. Otherwise, it'll look very unfinished and like you forgot something, and we don't want you to, especially if this is going to hang on your wall and people are going to see it. And you're like, you didn't cover the sides. Okay. So, do we have everything covered? Because we definitely don't want people to see that. And you also need to know they have smaller, if this monogram letter is too big for you, they have smaller ones. This would make a great wedding gift, just FYI. Make their wedding gift. People love handmade gifts. The other thing that would be fun is you could put a little clip on here with maybe their engagement picture that you get from them, and clip that on here because that would be super cute too. Okay, I'm really liking the way that looks. Again, you can make those polka dots solid. You can leave them light. It's whatever you're excited about. And I'm just going to go over those polka dots one more time. Give them a little bit more dimension. Okay. Okay. Let's put that over here. So here is what my G looks like. It is polka dotted. It is dry brushed. I think the combination looks really good. Now, let's design. And remember, your little wall hookies are here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, the other thing is I'm sure we have a handheld stapler in the shop. I will have to ask Mark, because that is one thing we're going to need tomorrow, unless you have a air nailer, which I have at the store and I use it all the time, if you don't want the gloppiness of glue. So, and glue is great. And we're going to go and put that one there. And you don't have to, if you want just this plain, leave it plain. But I like lamb's ear. That's probably my most favoriteest thing. And just pull those off. They'll just come right off. And I'm going to glue one straight up. And then I'm going to glue one straight down. And if you prefer to have them all up, go for it. Okay. And see, just like that. Okay. I like the way this is looking. You leave a little bit off to the side so it's cascading down. And then whatever color that you want as an accent. So as we remember, I prefer ribbon, two-sided, so it's easy to make bows that way. And this one is one-sided. So I'm going to use this one, and we're going to tie this. Let me see. You know what? I'm going to put this one up on here too. We're going to use 3. So these are $1.99 each, and most of the time, I don't know, every 3rd week. Hobby Lobby, I think maybe every 3rd week, the wedding stuff goes on sale. Okay, so hold that bubby down there. More glue. The felt on the edge. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and then we're going to hold this down because it doesn't want to stay glued. Okay. And ribbon was on sale last week too, so if you're going to go buy ribbon today, it's not going to be on sale. But you can go to the Easter department, and I'm sure they have some fun summer colors in there that's on sale. So you may want to go over in the Easter and see what they have left over. Okay, so you're just going to make that little twist, and you can cut it short, you can cut it long, and I'm just going to angle my edges on this one, okay? And if you want to, I would highly suggest just to put a little bit of glue right down in there. Okay. Now we're going to get our Bodabra. This is the Bodabra that that's on my Amazon page, and I will get this on there, and then this is like the easy thing. There is another Bodabra, well, yeah, another bow maker. I have it at the store, and I will show you guys what that one is too. Okay, so I'm just going to lay mine a flat one. I'm not going to make a poofy bow on this one because it is going to take away from our lamb's ear. So again, you're going to lay your twine. If you like pipe cleaner, you can use pipe cleaner, and then also you can use zip ties. Okay, so since this is our back, or this is what we tie this with, I'm going to lay this one first so it starts with that one, so that way it's matching up. And I usually just lay this, and I lay just about a ½ inch on each side, and that way you don't have a lot of waste. And if you want to, I'm just going to leave everything at an angle. So go ahead and cut your at an angle already. And then you're going to lay another one so we have another color going on. And then what I actually like to do, so I've got some thickness in my bow, I love to add raffia and twine. You have textures, you have different colors, and then you're just going to drape that back and forth, however long you want that to be, okay? And the short bow dabber is great for small bows, and the big bow dabber is better for the thicker ones that we're going to make here. And then you're going to take your twine, you're going to go back and forth. You're going to lay that one in there. And then you're going to go ahead and you are going to lay another one. I'm just going to, and you can do like all different colors if you want in your ribbon. If you got a lot of colors going in a room, this would be very cute to make for your daughter's room or your son's room. So we've got our blue, we've got our cream, we've got our blue, cream, blue. I think that's probably enough for a bow. Remember, you can make your bows as big as you want or as small as you want. And we don't want to overtake our monogram letter because it is a good size, but you also want to be able to see that it is a monogram letter and it's just not a big bow with some wood behind it. Okay, so then we're going to go one more time. And we're going to make this a little bit smaller since it's going on the top. We're going to lay that twine right on top. And then I'm going to trim this off to the side, and then I'm going to pull this up. And then you're going to make your tie. And you're going to make it really tight. Then you're going to put your bow dabber off to the side. And you're going to turn that around. And then you're going to make a knot in the back. And you're going to tie it again. And then tie it again. Now, I would highly suggest to go ahead and trim the back of that off. That way it looks just like that. Now, if you want to leave it long and have like another tail from your twine, you surely can. And then you're just going to start taking this apart. You're going to go one way. I'm going to take the blue this way, the polka dot this way. And then I'm going to take the polka dot this way and the blue this way. That way it's back and forth, back and forth. And then you just keep playing around. Okay? Now what you're going to do is you're going to take that bow and you're going to lay it right on there, and you're going to see if that bow looks too big or that bow looks too small. Now what I'm going to do, since we've got that done, and you're not going to see this in the back, I'm going to go ahead and because we have a little bit of length that we can cut off. So I'm going to take those scissors and I'm going to make those edges look just like that. Okay? And you're going to go all along on each of those and cut that little tail. So you've got that cute little arrow backing. If you do not love this bow, you'll cray-cray. I love this bow. I love making bows. Bows are so much fun. And you can really bring a piece of anything, whatever you're crafting, you put that bow on and it just makes it come alive. It really does. And you can make it to match whatever you're doing or totally make a different color to really pop. Whatever is going to accent your piece that you are wanting to really come together. Okay. The other thing, if you want the twine to be cut where they just look like little frillies on the end, you can cut all this twine to make it whatever you're thinking. You know what I forgot? I forgot to bring a button. See? I forgot something. I forgot a button. That's okay. You can see what this looks like without a button, then I'll go to the store and I'll glue a button on. Okay. So I think that looks great. So we're going to go ahead and you can position your bow however. And I am going to add some glue. And since we are using glue to glue this puppy on and not a stapler, you're going to have to put a little more glue on than what you are used to make sure it covers up well. And as you're doing that, make sure that you have spread the bow out because, I mean, once it's glued, it's glued. And you can always take it off. You just have to pry it off maybe. Now that little tail that we tied around, I could see that tail. So I went ahead and I cut the edge off again to make sure it all matches. Okay, I'm really loving how this looks. And then once you get that on there, you can play around your lamb's ear, and it is bendable. So if you want them to go up, just play with them and go up or go down. And then fluff it up. It also depends on when you're looking at ribbons. Some ribbon has wire on the edges and some don't. This one actually has wire, the polka dot one, so you can get a little bit of texture. Okay, is that just not the cutest? I love how this turned out. What do you guys think? I love the mustard, I love the cream, and then I brought that cream in with that polka dot, and this is actually blue. It's not black. If you don't know, blue's still in, guys. And that is it. Okay, let's make a big bow. Let's just do for kicks and giggles. And there, I only have one nail up here. I don't think it's going to go. Nope. So, and I lost my arrow. Okay, so let's make a big bow really quick, just for kicks and giggles, to see how this works. Okay, again, take your twine, go down, and when you go to the ribbon section, these are found over in the material. And I really got some fun colors to play with, some new bows. And this one was fun too. Do you not love that? I put this on a hanger the other day during a class, and it was so cute. Okay, let's do the daisy one. And we're gonna do the same thing that we just did, and we're just gonna lay those on top of each other. So we're gonna make a daisy bow. And this one again is just on the back. Okay, let's see what this one looks like. I did not look, I just knew I wanted these. Again, this is just on one side. So if you want, you're gonna make sure you're gonna lay this one like this. Okay, so let's just make a bow with this daisy. So again, leave your tail about an inch on this one because we're using thicker ribbon on this one, okay? And then you're going to turn that ribbon like that. And this one is $4.99. Just letting you guys know. And then you're going to go ahead and turn your bow like that. And then you're going to turn it around. And you just remember, be patient making a bow, especially if it's not two-sided printable. And then you're going to go ahead, you're going to turn that one, and then you're just going to twist that again. And we'll make another bow tomorrow. We'll make another bow in 2 days. There. It depends on what the project I'm doing when it comes to making the bow. Like I said, it depends on how big it is. And if you love big bows, I am going to work with my other bow maker, and we are going to make another big bow. Today's Tuesday, so Thursday. So tune in tomorrow at 9, and we're going to talk about all the basics that you need for your craft room. And then Thursday, we're going to be dry brushing, making bows, Mod Podge, and then on next day, okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you got 4 on each side. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take this, you're going to make a smaller loop, because this is where you're going to make sure that you're going to finish the front of your bow. There. And there. And then go ahead and cut that off. Again, you don't have to use twine. You can use pipe cleaner, you can use zip ties, whatever you have to finish. So you can tie that in there. Okay. And then you're going to turn that around again, and it's going to be very thick. So remember, when you're pulling that, pull that really, really tight. Okay, put over here. And then this for sure, you want to cut the tails off the back because you don't want to see that because we didn't add any twine. We didn't add any wrapping. It's just a bow. So you're going to pull those two down. Those are your tails. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to fluff. Now, you have a little bit of wiggle room. You want to make the center of your bow to look even, okay? And then again, you're just going to pull these to the side. And then again, you're going to take this side, you're going to pull these apart here, and here, and then you're just going to play around on that bow. And then what I like to do, if I am going to put this on something that I am making, I will always play around with it a little bit, and I always staple mine on. So I'm definitely going to get that hand stapler. Ask Mark where it's at in the shop. And I will get that, and so I'll show you guys what that one's like. Okay? And then I will staple like in here as long as I've got all of my bow where I want it to be. And then when it comes to finishing it off, I will always take my glue and I will take a dab and set that there, and then I will pull this one together, and I will, so that way then wherever your tie is, you're not going to see it. And then again, when it comes to the tail, you can leave it one tail longer than the other, or you can pull them just slanted like what we did at the beginning. And then there is your bow. There is your bow. Is that not cute? Now you need to go paint a daisy at the store. Is that your favorite flower? I love daisies. And if you really want to make it where it's got some other texture, you can take some of that Spanish moss and you can stick some Spanish moss in there and then put that underneath there. You can add some raffia. You can really dazzle up a bow. Like I said, the bow is like the final touch when it comes to anything that you're making. Okay. That is our monogram letter and bow making 101 for today. So go get your goodies. And I just think this is cute. I think I'm going to go put this upstairs. Or I'll take it to the store. I'll take it to the store. I'll take a picture so you guys can see it. And there you go. Okay, guys. Have a great day, and we will be tuning back in here, doing a live DIY on Friday morning at 7 o'clock, and tune in tomorrow at 9, and we're doing the basics that you need with Sonya. So tune in at 9 o'clock, and again, if you can't, do hashtag replay when you watch it later. Okay, see you guys. Oh, I got stars again. I love stars. I love stars. Okay, guys, there's your bow. And there is your close-up of this other bow. And this definitely needs a button. I would say it needs a button. And if you don't, like I said, especially now, okay, I'm just letting you guys know, doing this, if you can get a hold of a button that it goes with the family, put something on there. Okay, guys. Bye, guys.